Last week, I made a video about how to consistently hit zip launches. This is normally a very difficult movement tech, but by standing in particular locations, you can grab onto the zip and hit it every single time. The issue is that the location where you have to stand depends on what character you're playing. And in the video, I only showed lineups for Haze. But today, all of that changes. I'm going to show lineups for every single character in the game on every lane. So if you're a Mo and Krill player, first of all, what are you doing with your life? But secondly, you can rejoice. Because even pigs deserve to fly. Okay, I messed up the movement, but you get the point. So what I have for you today is a collection of some PNGs. Each character is assigned to a color, and to hit the zip launch, you have to stand at the cross of your corresponding color, and then simply attach onto the zip. Also, you need a separate bind for attaching onto the zip line. There's also 2 arrows in each PNG showing which direction to move to manipulate the timing of when you attach onto the zip. This can be helpful if, in case, I don't know, I made a mistake, or to help you like find the exact location where you have to stand. I'll demonstrate it like this. Like, that time there was no sound cue. There was no like grabbing onto the zip sounds like that. You see? You don't hear that? And now? So if you don't hear the sound cue and you don't get any move speed, that means that you attached onto the zip too late. Whereas if you do hear the sound cue, but you don't get the speed, it means you attached onto the zip too early. So in this case, I need to attach onto the zip earlier. So I move in the direction of the earlier attach. And in this case, I need to attach onto the zip later. So I move into the direction of the later attach. And I gotta stand right here to hit it. Boom. I'm not gonna be showing any rotations in this video. You can check out last week's video to see some rotations. But for now, I'm just gonna go over all the lanes and go over all the spots so you can see where you need to stand. So the red cross, it's right here, you stand here. Green cross, it's right here. You line up with the yellow line. Boom. For characters on the pink cross, you walk up here, take a step to the left until you're on the curb. And then boom. And for the blue cross, it's this brick here. You stand like towards the back of it. Like right here. For the gray cross, only silver, stand here, bang. With the yellow cross, you stand right on this line. Boom. And then Infernus, right here. Infernus is always the odd one out. I don't know, he's got a weird character model. Boom. Boosted. Now, unfortunately, there is some asymmetry. So it's not a one-to-one translation from like yellow lane to green lane here. For characters on the green cross, it's a little bit different. You don't want to line up right on this line, but a little bit to the right of it. And then it should work. And for characters on the dark blue line, like in between these 2 points, somewhere around here. Another asymmetry is that Mo and Krill has become a little bit special. So you're gonna stand right here now. But for the rest, the other spots should be the same. Okay, green cross, it's right here. Boom. Boom. Yellow cross, right here. Boom. Boom. Red cross, you stand right around here. Boom. For the dark blue cross, you stand like in the middle of the doorway. Boom. And for the pink cross, you want to line up around about over here. You can walk up against the thing and then take like a small step backwards. Boom. Brown cross, bada bing bada boom. And then for the purple cross, you line up against this diamond right here. Boom. There's also a little bit of asymmetry in the geometry between Archmother and Hidden King. It shouldn't change any of the spots where you stand, but some of the characters move to different spots for some reason. There's also a new spot right here for silver. And you stand
stuck with piano.
a little bit close to this Greb sign. Bang, right here. Boost it. And also for Infernus, instead of lining up at this diamond, you gotta move a little bit more to the left. And for the second spot on mid lane, we're focused on this constellation of bricks, which fortunately is symmetrical for both sides. So that's nice. For the red cross, we want to stand in between these 2 points. Line up right around here. For the green cross, we want to look at this long brick and stand right around the middle. And for the blue cross, we look at this brick and stand on the white line, like kind of parallel to it. And for the yellow cross, it's the same on the white line, but we line up next to this brick. And for the gray cross, we want to line up towards the end of this long brick. And then lastly, Infernus, we line up right here on the white line, on this crack, kind of. At this spot, there's very little margin for error, so we have to be pretty precise. For this one, the red cross is very simple. You go all the way into the corner. For the blue cross, you line up right around over here. Green right here in the middle of the big gravestone. Boom. For the yellow cross, you line up in the middle of this gravestone. And for the gray cross, you want to line up right around over here. Not all the way against the wall, but like slightly to the left of this small gravestone. Boom. And then for Mo and Krill, brown cross, stand against the hand. Boom. And then for Infernus, you want to stand a little bit to the left of the hand. And on this side, again, red cross is very simple. You just stand all the way in the corner. For the green cross, you line up on this little panel right here. For the dark blue cross, which is only Mirage, you stand against this panel right here. For the yellow cross, you stand right against this corner over here. And for the light blue cross, you just stand right here. And for the gray cross, you stand like a little bit to the right of the center point. For Mo and Krill, brown cross, you stand right here. And finally, for Infernus, you line up right here. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you. Thanks for watching, man. But also, you're welcome.